Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joe Hendy, the Android Authority app guy, and welcome back to Google Play Weekly, which will now actually take place every week on Fridays. There's a Nintendo DS Emulator that actually works now, an app that turns your phone into a Chromecast, and a whole lot more to talk about this week, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to talk about this week is Nox. Nox is an Android icon pack and probably one of the biggest that has ever hit Android. You may have seen it floating around social media the last few days, or you may have seen one of the 10,000 screenshots that people have uploaded so far, and you may be asking yourself, what makes Nox so special? As it turns out, Nox is pretty ridiculous. It's compatible, or at least partially compatible, with just about every custom launcher out there. Its only other feature is it comes packed with 1,200 icons. If you don't know jack about icons, let me let you in on a little secret. 1,200 icons is a whole bunch. It's $2 in the Play Store, and if you use a custom launcher, it's worth every penny. A lot of people were aware that push-to-talk was kind of on its way out. We all thought it was being laid to rest finally when Sprint put Nextel down earlier this year. However, WhatsApp is bringing it back to its 300 million users, and believe it or not, it's actually getting popular again. The update should have rolled out to all major platforms by now. Using it is really simple. You just push the microphone button, record a short message, and it sends it as soon as you release the button. It's nice and easy to use, and if you are into these kind of walkie-talkie things, it gives you yet another way to communicate. It's almost football season, and Gameloft is celebrating by releasing NFL Pro 14, the latest installment in their NFL Pro series. It's not out yet, but they have released a teaser trailer that shows some of the actual gameplay. It's pretty nice, and we're going to take a look at it right now. The graphics look nice and the gameplay actually looks pretty good. In the truest definition of a teaser, it doesn't explain much, if anything. There is a really epic slow motion field goal followed by about 40 seconds of players recovering fumbles and being tackled. It does advertise a new social feature that uses leaderboards. We do hope it's Google Play Games Services leaderboards because, well, that's what it's there for. So who likes a good shooter? I know I do, and a popular shooter called, and I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, Sign Mora was released to the Google Play Store recently. It's about time they got it over there, as even Windows Phone got a port first. Seriously, Windows Phone. But hey, better late than never, right? The game is touted for its awesome graphics and generally fun gameplay. The most unique concept is the absence of player health. Instead, a timer ticks down and it goes down faster when you take damage. Most people think the storyline kinda sucks, but if you're playing a shoot 'em up for the storyline, you're already doing it wrong. Last on our docket this week is an update to the actual Google Play Store. It was updated to version 3.4.10, and it did bring a few changes. It's not a huge update with a bunch of huge changes, but we wouldn't be much of a Google Play show if we didn't cover Google Play updates. The update brought exactly 3 new features. The first is combined notifications that puts all of the Play Store activity into one notification. Next is a recent apps section in your apps that tells you what apps were, recently updated. And lastly, the buy and rent buttons have been switched. Again, it's nothing special, but it does bring some new functionality. To end the show, we'll take a look at 5 relatively newer apps that have begun to make a splash and get noticed. If at any point you want to check any of these out, the links are in the video description. First up is Timely. For some reason, people are going absolutely bonkers over this clock app. It has a very nice interface, some unique features like gesture control, and widgets for the home screen and lock screen, as well as a Daydream add-on. There are in-app purchases, which seems just wrong for a clock app, but people still seem to like it. Also, its referral code spam campaign will probably get a little worse before it gets any better. But hey, if you're not into watching time go by, you can instead use your Android phone to cast YouTube to your television. An app called Cheapcast is out, and it essentially turns your Android phone into a Chromecast. The DRM stuff like Netflix isn't available yet, but if you're like me and waiting for the Chromecast to get back into stock, then this may help take the pain out of waiting. Speaking of the pain of waiting, the Nintendo DS now finally has a capable emulator on Android. It's called Drastic DS Emulator, and it actually works pretty well. It's a little pricey at around $8 US, but sometimes quality costs money, and it's money well spent if you're a fan of the DS. Games are wonderful, and our next app, and I hope I'm getting this right, Rymdkapsel, is probably one of the most unique ones out there. It's a strategy game that doesn't focus so much on attack and defense, but on players building the best bases possible. Despite its simplistic gameplay, gameplay and graphics, the game is truly excellent. If you're into strategy, you don't want to miss this one. The last in our trending category this week is an app called Spy Camera Pro. This nifty little camera app takes pictures and, on some devices, records video without it showing up on your screen. Much like drinking alcohol, we highly recommend that you use this app responsibly or not at all in illegal situations. That about wraps it up for this week. Once again, I'm Joe Hendy, the Android Authority app guy. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you like this video, check out some of our other ones. We have a weekly news show with Josh Vergara, the weekly Q&A with Christopher Wook, and a Sunday giveaway where we give you something every single week. This week, it's an International HTC One. As always, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.